Tadej Pogačar's nightmare just came true after what happened to the final stage of this year's Tour de France. The Cobbled catastrophe. ASO pulls the ultimate prank. Picture this. You're Tadej Pogačar, you've just spent months sculpting your body into that of a Slovenian Adonis, turning cobbled trauma into neatly stored emotional repression, planning to ride gloriously into Paris in yellow, kissed by the sunset and applauded by millions. Then, ASO, those absolute maniacs with a thirst for chaos, decide to drop a crazy curveball into your tour dreams. Let's add cobbles, they said. What if the final stage wasn't a ceremonial Champs Élysées latter ride? What if, hear us out, what if it was Montmartre with cobbles? Yes, you heard that right. The final stage of the 2025 Tour de France will be a brutal cobbled showdown finishing on Montmartre, the hill famously used for leisurely strolls, overpriced espresso, and watercolour artists who think they are Picasso. Only now it'll be drenched in sweat, testosterone, and Tadej's tears. Just to make sure the panic reaches emergency broadcast levels, they've designed this as a mini Roubaix-style battle royale, complete with dust, chaos, and the faint sound of cobblestone PTSD echoing from Arenberg Forest. Now let's zoom in on why this isn't just a twist, it's a nightmare for Tadej Pogačar. Pogi versus the Cobbles, a love story written in road rash. To understand the horror now slowly descending upon UAE Team Emirates like a thick Roubaix fog, we need only remember the horror of the 2024 Dwars door Vlaanderen. That day, Tadej Pogačar, whose talents include mountaintop obliteration, time trial sorcery, and smiling like a golden retriever mid-stage, learned that cobbles do not care how many monuments you've won. They do not care about how many watts you can hold. They care about your bike handling and your willingness to suffer like a Flemish farmer in February. On the bone-rattling horror show of a course in Dwars, Pogi slipped, slid, skidded, and finally splat-landed with a glorious slow-motion crunch. The memes wrote themselves. Instagram had a field day. His white kit turned charcoal grey, and the message was loud and clear. Cobbles do not fear you, Pogi. You should fear them. And yet here we are, a cobbled Montmartre finish to the Tour de France, and while Tadej has been slowly adding Roubaix terrain to his resume, trying his hand at Strada, gravel and Flandrian nightmares, the truth is, he still rides cobbles like a man who knows he has better things to do. Mathieu van der Poel, on the other hand, eats cobbles for breakfast and probably uses Paris-Roubaix highlight reels as white noise to fall asleep. Let's quote UAE's physiotherapist Dr. Janko Novosor. Quote, Tadej is processing the news. He asked for ice cream and then stared at the team bus wall for 43 minutes. We prescribed him a full hour of hugging Rafal Majisa daily. Meanwhile, Alpecin probably threw a champagne party in their hotel's underground basement the moment the stage was announced. Team management reportedly FaceTimed Mathieu while he was mid-training to say, guess what, for dessert? It's called Tadej's Last Hope of Yellow, smashed like a tubeless tire of Cafoire de Albre. Enjoy. A Dutch delight, the Van der Poel Victory Parade. Now let's talk about the man this stage was clearly designed for, the full-throttle Dutch demigod Mathieu van der Poel. While Pogačar is prepping yoga mats and looking for cobbled-related therapy groups, Mathieu van der Poel is probably high-fiving cobbled sectors and naming his kids after Paris-Roubaix sectors. This is a guy who does this kind of terrain for fun, who won the 2023 and 2024 editions of Paris-Roubaix without even sweating in HD. He once rode over a pile of bricks, popped a wheelie and yelled, "This is art," while doing it. And now the Tour de France is handing him a grand finale cobbled hilltop finish in Paris, like he's the golden son of both Flanders and French architecture. To give you perspective, the Montmartre stage is like organising a national karaoke contest and letting Celine Dion show up as contestant 1. The rest, doomed. And what's worse, this stage isn't just symbolic, it's tactical, it's punchy, it's Van der Poel's wet dream. UAE-DS Mauro Gianetti reportedly asked the tour organisers if it was too late to change Pogačar's nationality to Belgian and pray the cycling gods are feeling confused. Quote from MVDP, smiling like the Mona Lisa's smug younger brother. Quote, "Well, I always said Paris was missing a bit of poivre, and now that we're here, let's have some fun, shall we?" He didn't even blink. Just casually tucked a Paris-Roubaix trophy under his arm and rode away from the press like he was late for a Lofroy exhibition title. Quote, "The Art of Destruction, Mathieu van der Poel's Guide to Ruining Tour de France Dreams." Anatomy of the stage. Montmartre Mayhem. Let's break down this monster, shall we? The final stage of the 2025 Tour de France isn't just a ceremonial cruise, it's an 128km cobbled carnage fest circling Paris before hitting Montmartre for 6 laps of hell. Here are the stage stats. 1. Total distance 128km. 2. Cobbled sectors 11, totaling around 17.4 kilometers. 3. Montmartre loop 1.9 km per lap, including 800 meters of steep, winding cobbles. 4. Gradient, up to 14% with an average of 8.6. 5. The final climb, Monte du Calvaire, because, yes, they named it after suffering. The race ends atop the Sacré-Cœur, I butchered that one, the only thing holier than Van der Poel's legs on cobbles, with an uphill sprint on cobbles into a narrowing funnel of flag-waving lunatics. This stage is less Tour de France finale and more Hunger Games Peloton edition. Let's picture it. Tadej trying to spin a 34x32 up the hill, teeth clattering like wind chimes in a hurricane. Mathieu van der Poel launching an attack on lap 5, casually bunny-hopping potholes while asking for another gel. Geraint Thomas miraculously still here yelling, "This wasn't in the brochure." A French wildcard rider in an existential crisis abandoning halfway to opening a wine bar. ASO's official description of the stage calls it, quote, "a celebration of cycling in all its brutal glory," which is polite French for, quote, "we want to watch the world burn and you're all invited." And the worst part? Tadej Pogačar knows it. Quote from Pogi when asked about the stage. Quote, "Well, it's interesting. I guess it's good for fans, and for cobblestones, and for people who hate me." His smile barely held together. The UAE team mechanic was seen Googling, quote, "how to add suspension to a road bike," and the team chief reportedly switched the pre-race menu to comfort food and prayers. Conclusion. Fear, Poivre, and the French finale. So here we go. The 2025 Tour de France is a race that was meant to culminate in a majestic procession down the Champs-Élysées. It's burned and instead turned into a medieval joust of medieval cobbles staged atop Paris' most aesthetic hills of pain. Tadej Pogačar is staring down the barrel of his least favourite terrain in the most consequential moment against the one man who treats cobbled climbs like therapy. This is not just a stage. This is a plot twist written by a screenwriter who hates romance, believes in chaos, and thinks beauty is best served with bloodied elbows. Mathieu van der Poel? Well, I think we all know that he's licking his lips by now at this news. Tadej? He's probably calling his dentist about the upcoming appointments to replace half his teeth. And us? We'll be watching, laughing, and maybe crying a little, as cycling's greatest climber tries to become a cobbled warrior in the shadows of Sacré-Cœur. So, Tadej, good luck, my friend. We'll all be watching, but I'm telling you now, this stage change 100% favours Mathieu van der Poel way more. I just want to make it clear, I'm not saying Mathieu van der Poel is going to win the entire Tour de France. I agree he isn't necessarily a huge GC contender. But having said that, this stage and the specific change it has gone through will favour Mathieu van der Poel, and I do not think Tadej will win this stage. I believe he will get a mechanical, a puncture, some kind of issue, or fall off again. Please do correct me in the comment section if you disagree with what I'm saying. That is what the comment section is here for. Use the comment section down below to put your opinions and your honest thoughts. Please subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of the latest videos, as I upload every single day all of the latest cycling news, cycling drama, and cycling race results. And before you go, please consider clicking like on this video to show your support for the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one.